Hi everyone.
How's everyone doing? It's Monday.
Is it Monday? It's Monday.
It's
It's
Monday.
Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. How you guys doing this evening?
Sure, so.
All right, so we got a very good live to share with you guys tonight. I'm just gonna go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Natasha Paris. I am a wife. I am a mother. I'm a lover of His presence, and I am a servant CEO. Hi Rita. Welcome.
Welcome. Tasia,
Hello everyone. My name is Natasha Paris. I'm 14 years old. I'm an inspirational speaker, an aspiring author, and ninth grader.
Awesome. Hi everyone. I'm Alexis Paris, 20 years old, CEO of Anomalies at Work, personal development speaker and dancer. Hi Miss Chelsea.
Hi Chelsea. All right, you guys, we're gonna get right into it. Okay, so you guys know we are doing a webinar. A free webinar tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I forgot to put the link.
Want me to post in the comments?
Yes, please post the link in the comments. All right, so tomorrow night, absolutely free webinar. So many people already signed up. It's crazy. So it's going to be absolutely awesome tomorrow night. So we want to just give you just a little bit of taste of what you're going to get tomorrow night with Alexis and I at 9 p.m. And we're just going to talk about some of the mistakes that I made, some of the things that I wish I would have known, you know, before I started parenting, before I started having these amazing children that I have. I have 6 kids, for those who don't know. My oldest is right there, Alexis Paris. She's 20 years old. And my youngest is 4. He just celebrated his 4th birthday. I am great, Al. How are you?
Hey.
And then this is one of my other ones.
I'm the middle child.
She is the middle child, okay? This is Natasha Paris. She's 15. 14.
I'm turning 15 in June.
Okay, and Tanja. Okay, I have so many of them guys I can barely keep up with their ages.
Okay, I posted the link.
Thank you. All right, Kiara, Tanja's in the house. All right, guys, we're gonna get right into it. We're not gonna keep you long tonight, but we just wanted to just come on and just give you guys a little taste what you're gonna be getting tomorrow night. So I'm gonna share with you, because you know I'm very transparent. So I'm gonna share with you some of the mistakes that I made, some of the things that I wish I would have known early on in my parenting journey. And this is the thing. That I'm learning as I parent. You know, I even though I have a 20-year-old, I'm still learning, you guys. I have a 4-year-old, so I still have a long ways to go before I'm done with this job that God has given me. Mine's turning 15 in January. That's awesome. And one thing is this: you can only parent the way you were parented. Okay, so a lot of times we take stuff from, you know, how we were parented into our parenting, and sometimes those things are wrong. Okay, because that's what we learned. That's the nature that's in us. That's what our parents put in us. So we have to break some of these things out of us. So to make sure that first we find truth, you know, to take the mistakes that our parents did with us, figure out what they did wrong. And I did, you know, a lot of the way that my parents parented me, I mean, I knew they were wrong, but some stuff just got stuck in me. Anybody like could admit to that some of the way that you were parented that is like stuck in you and it's hard for you to come out of that? So I'm going to share 3 of the things that either, you know, was very hard and I'm still working on it, or it was never implemented. You know, my parents never taught me this. Okay, so the first thing that I wish I would have known. You guys are coming in. Go ahead and share this out. Hey, Tracy. So if you guys are coming in, go ahead and share this out. Let's get some people in this room, because there's going to be a lot of value in this for a lot of parents tonight. So the first thing is, I wish, I'm going to let the girls chime in a little bit on this as well. I wish that I would have started personal development early with them. You know, growing up in my house, like reading was just not, you know, was not valued. You know, it was not something my dad pushed. The only thing my dad pushed reading is when we're in punishment. Like if he wanted to punish us, he'd give us this stuff like, it's called 200 pages. Like if we got in trouble, he would make us take out a dictionary, and we had to write 200 pages of words out the dictionary. So of course, in my mind as a child, when you use something that could be good and turn into a punishment, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it takes it, you know, it turns into something negative, and your kids don't want to do it. So I didn't want to read. You know, growing up is not something that I love doing. It's not something I implemented with my kids. I just felt like, okay, they're going to school, they're going to read. And then around maybe age 9, 10 with Alexis, I was like, okay, you guys got to read, okay? But at that time, you know, and we're going to talk about a little bit about this at the webinar. There's a certain age. I'm not going to tell you have to get on the webinar. There's a certain age that you have to get everything in them, because if you don't, it's almost too late, okay? So reading, personal development. You guys want to talk about the importance, now that you know personal development, the importance of personal development in your life?
Sure. You want me to
You can
do
start,
it? Okay. Yes, personal development should start at a young age, like when they're in the womb, like listening to books and doing positive self-talk, because it's so important. It helps your child figure out who they are without having preconceived notions from other people's opinions, like right out of the gate, right?
That's right.
So like when they do personal development, they won't be in school like trying to fit in because they're doing what everyone else is doing, right? They want to make their own path. They want to be clear about what they want to create, and it's so important. There's so many people who graduate from school or from college and still don't know what they want to do, right? But personal development really gives you that clarity, and so implementing it as early as possible is definitely the key. Now my mom, like, she discovered it when we did, you know,
Right.
so she did the right thing, and when she discovered it, she shared it immediately, right? So when you guys discover it, make sure that you guys know it, share it with your children. It doesn't matter how young they are, because there's principles that you can implement inside of them now.
What I wanted to say with Alexis is that you definitely have to share it with them when they're young, because there's like a point to where we grow up and we don't really want to read. Okay,
Right.
These are the things that you have to implement when we're young, or when we grow up, it's just going to be like, why would I read? I never did it when I was younger.
Right.
It's not something that they're used to. It's not part of their daily routine. Okay, and a routine is basically something that you do daily, something that you do all the time.
It becomes a habit, right?
Yeah, exactly. It becomes a habit for you. It becomes something that you consistently done. It's not something that's new for you. So if you've already been reading for a long time, or they've been pushed to read, like read a book tonight,
Right.
they'll become almost infatuated
Right.
with reading,
Yeah.
and they'll like it, because then it's going to become something that they can pick their own books and do their own thing when it comes to reading and picking out the things that they love to do.
Right.
And so once you start them young, it'll be something that they can carry with them for a very long time. But if you start them when they're older, it's just going to be like, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
stop. Because it's just going to be something very new, something that they don't understand why you're pushing it on them. So it's important that you get it to them when they're young, and when they are already, they have a fresh and new mindset, are able to, like, take in everything.
So what I did when I found out about personal development and reading, Caleb Mattis, we've heard that before. Thank you, Aaron. So what I did, that's Aina.
Wait, can I say something?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you for sharing, you guys.
Thank
If
you
you have
for
not
sharing.
shared,
Ryan
please follow
shared,
Kiara.
Kiara
Thank you so
shared.
much.
Thank you.
Hey,
Appreciate
Jane.
it. Ryan, I saw your comment too. I'll check out your video. I was gonna say, don't depend on school to implement the reading piece into your children.
That's right. That's what I do.
Because we don't read, right? Like, I know, like, when I was in school, like, I didn't read. Like, the books weren't of any value to me, so I did not find them important to read. You take the route of, what's the website called?
Quizlet?
No, it's Quizlet or Spark Notes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Children know how to use that efficiently, right? When they don't need to read books, right? So don't depend on school to teach your children to read, because it would be
Look
bad.
for shortcuts.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Another thing I want to say with that is that you have to do it young, because when we get older, it's just like why do it? Okay, because it's like something that's brand new, something that we're not familiar with.
Right.
And so if you get us like started when we're young and when we have these fresh minds,
Right.
and I know a lot of people who they started reading when they were young, and they really just
love it.
reading.
Like Satara.
Yeah, they have like this infatuation with reading and
Right.
books, and they're just like so into it.
Right.
And so it's really just about finding a book that like you can connect with on a personal level. Like for me, I know that I can't read all books. Like for me, like that's just not my thing. Like I don't read big books, but there was like a few books that I read in a very short time, because I could relate to it, and it was something that I found like it was like something that I could connect with. And so when I can connect with something, I can read it easily, and something that's easier for me to do.
But I can tell you this, since I started them reading late and personal development late, when I found out about it, guys, I 10x'd it, okay? We 10x'd it. It was like we pushed it so hard because I missed so many years of not pouring it into them. So I knew that I had to put in 10 times more effort in allowing them to understand the importance of reading. So it's not an issue anymore. So as a parent, like, listen, you're not going to be a perfect parent. We're not perfect people. Your parents were not perfect. But as soon as you are enlightened, as soon as you get to the point you understand, okay, I was not doing this right, and someone tells me how to do it right, take massive immediate action, 10x it, put 10 times more the effort, and that's what I did with them. Okay, the second thing is, okay guys, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be able to relate if you had parents like I did. Like growing up in my house, it was like my dad was always right. Whatever he said went. Like we never had a chance to speak. You know, it was all like he laid down the rules and that was it. He never gave us a chance to express ourselves. He never gave us a chance to tell him how we felt. You know, we just never had a chance. It was like we did something wrong. He laid down the law. He did the right thing, whatever he had to do, and that was it. You know, we never had a chance to like talk it out. And so, of course, here it is. That's just in my nature now. This is what I was. This how I was raised. This all I knew. I thought this was the right way. Okay, so of course, as I'm parenting my kids, it was the same thing. You know, it was like, okay, whatever we say is it. Didn't give the kids a chance to like talk how they, you know, express how they felt, to the point to where they were scared. You know, they were scared to even express themselves because they never really had the room to. So, Lex, you want to share your story?
Yeah, sure. So basically this point is to listen. Like listen so much more. I know like some parents love to talk, love to give speeches and wisdom.
Right.
It's great. But also give your child the room to speak. You know, when I was younger, I like anytime I got in trouble, or anytime I got disciplined, or I was getting a speech, or was trying to get some wisdom, I would take it and I wouldn't say anything. I just kind of, you know, like listen respectfully, wouldn't like say anything disrespectful, just listening. I could never like voice my opinion. Like Mom was like talking a lot, right. You know. She didn't take a breath, so right. I was just listening. And so by the time she was done, I was like, yeah, there's no point of saying anything, right? So
and I was tired of listening to myself, to be honest.
Right? So I just kind of listened for the longest time. And so when that happens, when you don't give your children the space to speak, it kind of like boils up. And so at one point, they're just gonna spill out, right? And so that's what happened to me. There was this one night, I remember it like no other. We were in the kitchen, and I don't know what the conversation was about, but I was getting, Mom was talking to me, and she was trying to give me wisdom, and she was saying something. And so at that point, like I was like, all right, this is enough. This is my moment to say something, because I'm feeling as though I need to say something, right? So this is like the first time ever I spoke after my mom was done speaking, and my sisters were in the kitchen, and it came out like a shout, like a screech. It did, and I was like crying, and I was yelling. And it's so out of my nature. Like I'm so like chill. I don't like raise my voice. So it was like, whoa, like what is happening, right? And that's just because there were just so many moments where I didn't say anything else, and I just kept everything inside. So give your children the ability to speak when you're telling them something, when you're trying to insert wisdom. Say, hey, what do you think about that? What do you think about that consequence I just gave you? What's your side of the story? Right? Just don't assume that there's only one side. There's always two sides to the story, right? So ask them what they're thinking, like ask them, like, what are you thinking right now? What are your thoughts about this whole conversation? Because if you don't give them that room or that space to do that, you don't know what they're holding on the inside. You don't know when it's going to be that day when they're just going to go off. Right. You're like, what are you doing? Well, you never let me speak. Right? So make sure you give your children room to speak. Like, don't just, like, listen more than you speak, right? 2 ears, one mouth. Right? So listen more than you speak, for sure.
Oh, I have something. So a lot of the times, you know, what I think that like can help you if you are in that kind of situation is to put yourself in their position. You know, a lot of times, you know, we see only our side of the view or only our perspective because we're in our own shoes, but it's about, you know, stepping outside of your shoes and, you know, just trying to put yourself in their position for a moment. Because if you could just imagine, like, you know, every time you do something or make a mistake that, you know, you're not being heard, okay? Or that, you know, it's just so frustrating, okay? That when you have, like, all these, you know, emotions, you have all these opinions, like, you have your own thoughts about, you know, the things that took place. So maybe if you, like, I don't know, you made a mistake, okay? And, you know, you have all these opinions in you, like, you just have all these, you know, built up, like, you know, it was because of this, you know, I was just my mistake, I'm sorry. Like, you have all these things inside your head, but it's just, like, this person, like, or your parent keeps, like, pushing it on you that they're right and you're wrong and you're wrong and you're wrong,
Right.
and you're just like sitting there like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna go crazy because like I have like something to say but they can't say it because they're always, you know, you're forcing them to be quiet and not say anything because that's what's respectful. But at the same time, you have to listen, okay? You have to listen and be able to, you know, sometimes let them speak, because if you don't let them speak, then there becomes like this built up frustration,
Right.
and you don't want them to go to other people, okay?
Right.
Because when you don't listen, then they're going to try to
And
find
someone
people
else.
that do listen,
Yep.
okay? So somebody's going to listen to them, or somebody's going to hear them out, okay? So you want to be that person who's able to listen and open up their mind
That's
to
right.
what they have to say.
This is good stuff, guys. This right here is good stuff. Seriously, if you take this and you apply it, or if you share this video out, it could get to someone, all right? So what I would like to say, just to end this one, and we're going to go to our last point, is this. As a parent, be in a place that you can apologize to your children. You know what I mean? Be in a place to where you can say, you know what? I was wrong. You know, be woman enough, be man enough as the parent to say, you know, I got this wrong. And, you know, every once in a while I'll sit my kids down and I say, you know what? Let me know how I can be a better mom to you. Let me know how I can parent you. Like, grade me. Tell me what areas that I can be better, you know? And it's, what that does is not only raises, you know, your level of parenting, but they look at you differently. Now there's like, wow, I can come to my mom. I can tell my mom how to get better. And it just, I mean, it raises the bar in your parenting. And that's what we want. Our goal is to raise some amazing, like phenomenal children. And it takes you being humble as well to do that. Okay, the last one, you guys, is I wish, okay? And of course, me being a Christian, like I know how powerful words are, you know. But again, because you know that how I was raised, it's so hard to get that out, you guys. Like it's a struggle to get how you were raised and how your parents raised you. You know, I wish I would have been more intentional about my words, you know, early on. I didn't know how powerful words are as it relates to speaking to your children. You know, life and death, the Bible says, is in the power of the tongue. You choose, you know, and you will eat the fruit thereof, whatever it is. So I wish in the beginning I was very intentional about words like, you know, can't. You know, I would use words like that with them. I didn't build them up as much as I wish I would have. I would have loved to use words of life. You know, sometimes I use words of death. You know, I had to change, you know, the words that I spoke over them, because every time you speak a word over your child, it's you planting a seed.
It goes deep.
It goes deep, right? And it has to bear fruit somewhere.
Right,
you know,
right.
it has to bear fruit somewhere. Okay,
Right. I would like to say.
I have a story.
Okay.
Me and my mom, we actually did have like a family meeting. And this was like when me and Deja were like, we were kind of like in this like moment where we were just, you know, hiding our school papers and our backpacks because we're not getting the best grades. And so like it was around that time, and so, you know, my mom was very frustrated with us, and she did not like that. And so we got like some of these, you know, very mean words said to us, and it was like, are you like, it wasn't that bad, but it was just, you know, no cuss words, but it was just, you know,
Are you
like, are you
stupid?
stupid? Yeah, it was, yeah, it was
wrong
that.
with you,
Yeah,
probably.
Like,
are
what's
you-
wrong with you? Are you stupid
Are
or
you deaf
something?
or
Are you deaf?
stupid?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the words that, don't
Yeah.
use those.
It was yeah, it was definitely those words. And I remember, like, you know, when we came to this house and when we came to New
Interesting.
Jersey, you know, we had like this like big family meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of tears were shed because like it was like a year ago, but at the same time, like I still remembered it.
Right.
It still took root in me,
Yeah.
and you know, it really hurt.
Right.
Because, you know, when you say those things to your child, it's because it's like, you know, it hurts them because it's coming from their parent. It's
Right.
coming from the person that they hold on a pedestal. Okay, so when you say, you know, words that are rude, words that are mean, that are not uplifting,
Right.
you have to know that they actually take a serious root in them.
Right.
Okay, because for me, I held on to it
Right.
for dear life.
Right.
Like my mom was like, that was so long ago. Like,
Right.
I'm so sorry and all this other stuff, but like I held on to it because, like, just imagine, like, the person that you hold on this pedestal, you look up to this person,
Right.
and they told you, like,
Good
are you
stuff,
dumb?
guys.
Are you stupid? So when
Right.
they talk down to you like that, when people talk down to you like that, it really takes a shot at your confidence.
Right.
And it makes you feel bad about yourself.
Right.
And you do not want your child to feel self-conscious or to
Right.
feel dumb or to feel stupid.
Right.
Because that's how they're gonna, they're gonna take on that. They're gonna take on that personality
Right.
or that persona when they go out into the real world.
Right.
Okay, and when they're around other people, and they're gonna look for people
Thank
to
you,
tell them that
Justin.
they are smart, people
Right.
to tell them that they are beautiful.
That's
Okay,
right.
so when they are in the house, you have to make sure that you are constantly building them up. I remember,
Right.
but I do remember my mom constantly saying that I was so beautiful
Right.
and I was so pretty all the time, and I always had this confidence, like I know I'm beautiful, like I
Right.
know I'm pretty because my mom always tells me that, and I trust her opinion, I trust what she says. Like if we walk out the house looking crazy, she's gonna tell us.
Right.
Okay, like she always tells us the truth, and that's important. Okay, do not be able to be in the position to tell your child the truth, but do not have it in a way that is degrading. Yes,
Yeah,
that's where I was
kill
looking
their
for.
confidence.
Degrading,
Right.
and a confidence, a shot to their confidence.
I remember this. I remember this day when it wasn't because we have family meetings, okay, in our house, and I remember the day, and we make sure we allow the kids room to talk to us. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have that growing up, so we always when there's something going on, I was like, all right, let's have a family meeting. Let's bring everybody together and let's talk this out. So I remember the day, it wasn't even I that called this family meeting, it was Natasha that called. And I remember the day when she brought that up, and I was like, as a parent, you hear that, and it's like, what kind of day was I having to say that to her? Like, are you stupid? Stuff like that. And they hurt me, just to see her. I mean, I was just taken back. I was embarrassed because her dad was sitting there, all the kids were sitting there, for her to call me out on that. I was embarrassed. It was just, it was a real moment for me as a parent, right? But at the same time, again, that humility. I was like, I can either take this two ways. I can be defensive about it, or I can say I'm sorry. And I remember with tears in my eyes, didn't I?
Yeah.
With tears in my eyes, I said, Natasha, I'm sorry. And I just swallowed my pride. And I apologized to her, because I just could not believe that she was still holding that on, but me, it was just another regular day. I was frustrated that she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do, and I know she's a smart kid, both of them are, and I'm like, what is going on? Are you stupid? Like, what is it, But still, that word took root, and she held on to it, guys. So that's why I'm telling you, it's so important. Watch your words.
Right.
Watch your words. Watch your words. And so that day was a day we were able to uproot that nasty word and and heal from it.
That's good. What else? Oh, I want to say two things. One, you parents should really know the love language of your children.
That's good.
Because especially if their love language is affirmation, right? Like mine is affirmation. So words are huge for me. I don't really remember my mom saying anything deadly to me to where I was like, oh my gosh. But when my parents did say I'm disappointed in you, that was terrible.
Right.
That's worse than getting a spanking. It's like, dang, really? Or my mom would say, I don't trust you. It's like, dang, really? It is terrible. But also with that, make sure that you teach your children, especially if you have more than one, teach them how they speak to each other as siblings.
I love you too.
As siblings, it's so important. I catch my sisters sometimes even now. Daisha and Taser, they're really close. They're really close in age, 2 years apart, right? And so you can use words loosely, and you can just be playing around and say you're dumb, you're ugly, right? This is loose, and they play around with each other all the time like that. But I tell them to be careful anyway.
Yeah.
Words, it doesn't matter what you think they mean. They
Right.
mean something, and they take root whether you're playing around with them or not. They have a meaning, and they will plant a seed,
Yeah.
right? So make sure that you teach your children how to speak to each other as siblings as well, because
good.
that's important. They should your children as siblings, they should be close to each other. They
That's right.
shouldn't want to be away from them. They
That's
need to
right.
create a strong bond, because family first, right? When people in this world reject you and be nasty to you,
Right.
right? You have siblings to go to and to talk to, right? So make sure that they know how to speak to each other in a way, and if they start throwing out words carelessly, catch it and correct it, because you don't want them to treat each other that way, because then they'll think it's okay to treat other people that way as well. So I would say that with words. Words are very, very, very important for sure.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, that's all we have. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat right now. We would love to answer your questions. But if you have not, hey, Lucinda, and someone from Morocco, what was he from?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's still on here, but I want to give him a shout out for being so far away for Liberian City.
Monrovia.
Oh wow!
I don't even know where
I hope
that
you're
is.
still on. Thank you so much for joining us. But I want to invite you guys. If you have not signed up and you want some more of this goodness about parenting, I'm telling you, tomorrow night I had to like bite my tongue because I didn't want to give up all the goodness tonight. But I'm telling you, there's gonna be some good stuff on this parenting webinar tomorrow night at 9 p.m. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be a webinar format, so you have to sign up so you can get the email. We're gonna actually send out the sign in. I guess it's a link we're gonna send out about 5 p.m. It will be emailed out, and you need that to get on. Okay, so you need to be on the email list. Thank you so much, Kendra. Hey, Tanja.
Parenting adult.
Many children.
Parenting
adults.
And parenting adults. Children.
Is that-
Parenting is for
Parenting children. She said, wait, is she saying that she's an adult if she's 20 years old?
No.
No.
Pointers for parenting. Oh, she wants pointers to parent an adult like a 20-year-old like you.
Oh.
Like her son.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Pointers.
To parent us. Got you.
I think the best thing I would do, because at this point, it's really not much you could do. to be honest with you, it's already rooted. I would just have an adult conversation. They're an adult. Have an adult conversation. Have a real conversation with your adult kid. You know what I mean? In whatever area that is, whether, I don't know what the area would be, but just make sure you have an adult conversation with them. I mean, 20 years old, I mean, there's just a level of respect. They need to be respecting you. If they're not respecting you, you know, there's choices. But yeah. Any. That's my new friend.
Oh, yes. That's our friends.
Okay, so you guys, parenting webinar tomorrow night. Any more questions? Tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
Free.
It's be my baby.
Oh, big
So cute. However.
Unless it says however. Yes, he will still be your baby. I get that. But at the same time, he's an adult.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Make his own decisions, choices, mistakes, learn from him.
Right. Your job right now as a parent is just to support him. Support the heck out of him. You know, love the heck out of him. You know, love covers a multitude of things. You know what I mean? So that's the best thing you could do. Love, support him. But at the end of the day, he's a big baby boy. Okay? All right, guys. That's all we have for you guys. Make sure the link is in the comments. I'll post it in this video. If you have not shared this video out, don't be selfish, okay? Don't be stingy with all this goodness. Share it out so somebody else can see it. And get on the webinar tomorrow night at 9 p.m. and we'll see you then.
You should tell them our mastermind.
Oh my gosh. Let's talk about this mastermind for a little while.
So excited.
Go ahead.
Mom's actually dying.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So guys, I think it's a couple more days. January 1st, our mastermind starts. It's called the Grind Mastermind, mother-daughter team. Guys, it's going to be intense. And we're so excited about it. We just really want to take a group of people who are serious into 2017.
Some serious people.
Right, into 2017, rock and solid, like grinding for 90 days. And so it's going to be high productivity, high accountability, high clarity, because we really understand that 2017 is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And we want to take people with us, right? We don't want to be at the top all lonely. Alright, there's people who want some out of 2017 too, and so we want to be able to guide you and push you and hold you accountable to the things that you want to create as well. So if you want to be a part of that, if you need a change in 2017, if 2016 didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, and you know 2017 has to be different, then you should definitely be in our mastermind. So we'll put the link in it in the comments. It closes January 1st. We're starting 90 days straight. So it's an opportunity of a lifetime.
It is. It really is an opportunity of a lifetime. If you guys know our story, if you guys have seen, thank you for sharing. If you guys have seen the transformation within 9 months of our lives, well, we're going to give you the blueprint of that. We're going to literally give you what we did in 90 days, how my parenting got better, how my marriage got better, you know, how my life got better spiritually, financially, physically, all of that. We'll give you the blueprint of that for a very small fee, okay? Very affordable to you, because we understand with everything starts with a seed.
Right.
Okay, it starts with the seed. You have to put a seed in the ground, you guys. I mean,
Right.
we would do you an injustice if we give it to you for free. Like this
Right.
webinar, I almost didn't want to do it for free, but I felt like, you know what? It's the holidays. It's the giving season. I'm going to give
Right.
one more thing away for free. And then there's going to be some people on this, I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be some people on this parenting webinar tomorrow night that's going to want to go to the next level. And I'm going to give them an opportunity to do that, okay? Because I just feel like 2017 is going to be such a huge year. If you want to just make sure that your 2018 looks different, you
Right.
better. You
Right.
better do something different 2017 for sure.
Right.
All right, so you guys, we love you. Thank you guys for hanging on with us. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
You want to give it? You want to give it?
Yeah. Be great.
Be
Be awesome. And
Do
do
you
you
every single day.
Bye.